Okay, on the second day of review, we're going to look at elimination as an option of solving. This is the more popular version of solving because it's rare that you're going to have to actually substitute. So what we're going to do is 3 elimination questions to try to bring this back into your memory so that you can go from there and again try to use this to do better on the test. Again, I'll remind you that those videos of elimination, substitution, and word problems all exist on a video somewhere. If you don't know where they are, come and find me. I'll try to help you. But just make sure you're getting ready, because again, that test Friday is going to either put you in a good position to start the quarter or a bad position to start the quarter, because it is worth 200 points and it can cause a lot of problems if you don't do well. Elimination, again, the whole point to elimination is that you want to get rid of one of the 2 variables, and the way you get rid of something is you have an opposite. But before something is an opposite, sometimes they are exactly the same. So when you look at this question here, the first thing that I notice is that my y's are the same. And so I could do a whole lot of other work to solve this, but I'd rather work smarter, not harder, which means that since these are the same, the only thing I'm going to do is switch the signs on this and then add everything up. 2x minus 4x makes negative 2x. The 3y's go away. Equals comes down. 31 minus 41 is negative 10, which of course, based off of my experience, tells me that should be a positive 5, because a negative divided by a negative would be positive. Keep in mind again that now what I want to do is rewrite one of my 2 equations and then plug in what I know. 2 times 5 turns into 10 plus 3y equals 31. Subtracting 10 gives me 3y equals 21. And then of course that means that y is 7. And as an ordered pair, that's what it would look like. To check real fast, you have 4 times 5, which is 20. 3 times 7, which is 21. That was 4x plus 3y, so it would be 20 plus 21, which actually is 41. So I know that it worked. Again, if there's anything on that you did not understand, pause the video, bring your computer over so you can show me where your question is, and I can try to clarify it for you. Problem number 2 goes a little deeper, because notice that the x's are not ready, the y's are not ready, and so I have to kind of do some major manipulation here. The way that I taught it on the video is that whenever that has to happen, I focus on my x's. And what I do is my x's would meet at 6, or the shortcut is bring the 2 up here because that'll make 6. Bring the 3 down here because that'll make 6, and then just make sure you distribute everything. So this will turn into 6x, 8y, and 52. This will turn into 6x, 9y, and I believe that's 57. Notice my 6x's are ready to go, so I switch the whole bottom row. 8 minus 9 is a negative y. 52 minus 57 is a negative 5, which means that y is equal to 5. Once again, once I get my y, take one of my equations, 3x plus 4y equals 26, and plug in the information that you know. If I know that y is 5, I'm going to put it here. 4 times 5 makes 20. Subtracting 20 from both sides gives me 3x equals 6, and in the end x is equal to 2, and this represents the answer that I would have. Again, I can check that by saying 2 times 2 makes 4, 3 times 5 makes 15, 4 plus 15 is 19, and so I know that I did it correctly. Again, problem, pause the video, bring it up, let me explain it to you. Last question before we get to the worksheet, the guide instruction worksheet for the day, is this one. And again, the problem with this one is that nothing is lined up, and it's not elimination or substitution, which means that I can't box and switch. And so what I have to do is remember how to take something like an x, which shouldn't be over here, and move it to this side. And keep in mind that in order to move 2x to the left, I would need to add 2x to both sides. So this would be rewritten as 2x plus 3y equals 25. Again, 2x becomes positive, 3y stays positive, 25 stays over here. Here, I want my 2y to move, and the only way that's going to happen is if I subtract 2y. Again, I need 8x to go first because I need it lined up. Minus 2y because it was positive over here, so it should be negative over here. Equals 2 because that is a positive 2. From there, I do my elimination process the same as usual. I could bring up the 8, I could bring down the 2, but let's use our common sense here. 2 could actually be turned into an 8 if I multiplied by 4. And so I end up with 8x, 12y, 100, and then 8x minus 2y is, I need to make sure I did that right, is 2, sorry. Oh yeah, that makes sense now. And so then I switch my 8x because it has to go away, switch all my signs, switch all my signs. My problem was I thought I'd end up with 98 and 10, but it actually doesn't work that way. Switch all your signs over, put them all together, your 8x goes away, 14y here, 98 there, whatever 98 divided by 14 by, or is, which is 7, so y is equal to 7. I then take this and plug it in somewhere. I'll just plug it into the first one. 3 times 7 would be 21 equals negative 2x plus 25. Subtracting 25 from both sides gives me negative 4 equals 2x. I'm sorry, negative 2x. Switching my signs means that 4 is equal to 2x, and then of course this tells me that 2 is my answer for x. So 2 comma 7 would be my answer there. Let's check real fast. 2 times 8 is 16. 7 times 2 is 14, plus 2 also makes 16, which means that since both sides are equal, that has to be right. So get that second worksheet, or get the worksheet from me for today. Again, make sure you work together. Make sure you try to zero in on this elimination stuff. Also, don't forget the graphs stuff that we learned earlier this week, and the fact that there are going to be word problems on this test. So as long as you're ready for all 3 of those, you should be ready for the test on Friday. Tomorrow we'll probably just have a basic review day with no video, so you can try to learn what you need to learn for the test. Other than that, as I said, get the worksheet and let's get it worked out. Good luck.